Offense was bad before. Like, I could never score in the red zone aside from, some random shit. But, like, now I'm like, I have no idea what plays I'm calling. It's so bad.
Well, what I'm determined to do is, I really just can't wait for 24 because I feel like I've had awful luck in this. Plus, it's my first full cycle, so I've not been that great. But I'm hoping that some of the bullshit is fixed next year. I guess that's the hope every year. Although
it won't be. I mean, some things might be better, but
damn it.
I don't know why, but I immediately thought of Marquette King. I was looking at your, yeah. I was like, why do you have Marquette King returning punts, dude? Like, what's wrong with you?
But I want to create my own playbook next year. I've just been sucking off Jeff's playbook for all 8 seasons.
I mean, usually what happens when I start is Jeff usually makes his playbook before I do. So what I do is I use his as a template, right? And I steal his early, and then I just like edit it because I know none of his stuff will be banned.
Right.
Defensively, I usually just throw every formation in there and then take out what I end up not using. Right. So I don't need his defensive playbook because it's not as like you can put every defensive play in the game in your playbook and it won't get too cluttered or weird. Like it's easier to find everything. Like with the amount of gun formations, like you don't know where everything is. It's confusing. Like offensively, it's impossible. But on defense, you can just throw shit in there and it works out.
Because I did try and mess around with a playbook, but I used it for 2 weeks and it was just the worst experience of my life. So I just stopped. Brother.
Yeah, it definitely helps to have a playbook that's suited for your playstyle. I will say that.
There's plenty of run plays in here that work well, because, I mean, that's halfway the only thing I can really do, but...
Running is for chumps. Just kidding. Running is for the playoffs for me. Otherwise, I don't really do it.
If I was better at passing, I'd love to do it.
I get bored when I'm like running and throwing short, so I get like aggravated when I have to play smart.
Right.
I'm too antsy. I like to just check it. Gets me in a lot of trouble. It usually works out. It's really frustrating. You can go.
Sometimes it's just shocking to me that I thought I've read something properly, and then someone I see just out of nowhere. Like, sometimes I throw the dumb stuff that's like, wow, I just shouldn't have thrown that. But then other times it's like, well, this guy came out of nowhere.
Well, like you thought you made the right read and it just didn't work out kind of thing?
Yeah.
I mean, depending on who it is, that like if you have somebody like with Acrobat or like a ridiculous user, somebody that's like jumping 90 feet, then yes, that does happen. So like last week, I like offensively struggling, defensively masterclass. I mean, Kevin Woodley was all over the place. It was ridiculous. I have Acrobat on my user now, so not only does he jump for ridiculous things, but he also dives, and it's stupid. So yeah, that definitely happens with some things.
I'm very frustrated because of the past 2.5 seasons I've had Lurker on this linebacker. Not once has it lit up.
I mean, it depends on how you're using. I mean, again, I'm not, that was one play. Like,
No, I know.
As opposed to, yeah, like, when you're behind players, like I noticed sometimes when you're using, or, I mean, not that I watch every single one of your games, because I don't, but, like, the few that I have seen you play and played against you, you spend less time strafing than I would. Like, I have a lot of times, like, for starters, my finger is always over the left trigger, not necessarily pressing it down, but I'm always ready to click the strafe button. So before I go for any interception almost, I make sure that I square myself up and stare at the ball. you know, unless I would like have to follow a route and I'm like behind it and I have to keep sprinting to get to the ball. But like in a situation where you're like coming back to the ball, or you want to make sure that your player's facing the ball, like especially on those like, and it's not really a user play, but like on those one-on-one chuck-ups, and you want to get your defender to get his head around, like the left trigger is very useful. And like I feel like when I've seen you play, you're not on it as often as I would probably recommend, which might be part of your issue. Especially when trying to trigger those lurker animations, it's very useful. Like, it's more important to be holding that left trigger and be in the passing lane than it is to be sticking to the receiver like glue. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that does. Okay, that does help.
Like I just said, I don't run the ball, and I ran the ball 4 straight times.
Run the ball 4 times?
I just see, when I'm trying to like talk and explain things, I don't think about what I'm doing. So like I kind of just call whatever plays and don't even think about them, and I just ended up running because I wasn't really paying attention. It also helps to have Saquon where he can just do things for me. I don't have to worry about it. Like I look back on things that I know now that if I did them early in the cycle, I would have been like so much better off. Like, you know, like it took me so long. Like I didn't freeform until season 5.
I just still don't do that.
You know how easy it would have been to win earlier in the cycle games, being the one guy that was free, and it's not even hard. Like if you have your like, because it's not like it takes an incredible amount of skill to do it the way that most people in here are doing it. I believe, like you just set it to near, and you basically just use it as if you're pass leading.
Yeah.
And you don't really, like, it's not like you have to control much. Like, every now and again, you'll overthrow a ball, and it's like, whatever, you can't really control it. But, like, it's not like you're overthrowing passes left and right like you would expect. Like, it's literally like you're pass leading everything. I get hold the left stick as far as I want, and it can only go so far because I have the setting on near. And it's, like, not even an issue. And, you know, you still get the pass leads that you need. So it works out really well. So, like, but knowing that, like, I would have thought that I needed a lot more precision and control at the beginning of the cycle, so I wouldn't use it. But, like, if I had known how easy it was to use in the first 3 seasons, like, that would have made my life so much easier. And I wouldn't have thrown however many interceptions I threw because I wasn't free-forming passes. And I would have been able to throw more passes that I wasn't able to throw. Pain. Throw out a sack. Hate to see it. Safety might have gotten to that one anyway, though. Also, like, I didn't know how to play press coverage until, like, the end of last season when Huss told me I was doing something wrong. Which is ridiculous because press coverage should be press coverage. Yeah, it shouldn't be different based on the formation I'm in. But, you know, EA, so.
Sure.
I'm hopeful that Madden 24 is better. At the very least, I get it 50% off, so take that, I guess.
For what? The bullcrap with the leagues in the early part? Maybe.
But I don't even know if that, like, usually I get the $100 version because I'm a degenerate and I play MUT, and I want the game as early as possible. So I don't know if my discount will apply to that version of the game. But at the same time, it's probably just, like, not worth it to buy that version of the game because the game sucks. And I should stop giving EA money.
Yeah, I need to... I can't decide if I'm gonna get the next, or EA FC, whatever. Because I'd like to, especially if we decide to play Pro Clubs more, but at the same time, I don't want to, like, go down another hole of Ultimate Team and spend money. So.
That's what happens to me with 2K. Like I only play it, or I only get it so that I can play my career, and then like sometimes I'll get bored. I'm like, oh,
like,
let me
spend $20. You can go up 8 overall.
But not even that. Like that's like okay, yeah, that's stupid. But I like sometimes I'll just be like, oh, let me just check out my team for a second, and then checking out my team for a second turns into playing my team a little bit. And I fucking hate my team. I suck at 2K when I'm playing with 5. Like, I can control my one player. I don't know what the fuck is going on when I'm doing like a 5-on-5 kind of game where I'm controlling the whole team. I don't know how to run plays. I don't know how to do anything in that game. I am god awful at 2K.
It's just a fun basketball game. That's all it is to me.
Like I can, if I'm using one player, I'm good. I could play my career and I could help my team out, right? And I can be a useful teammate. But anything where I'm controlling the whole team, absolutely fucking not. I'm terrible. It's awful. FIFA is a little easier to be like decent at as long as you're not an idiot. But I don't know any of like the advanced mechanics or anything at all whatsoever. Again, it's pretty much the same thing. Like there's a reason I'm never a captain when we're playing pro clubs. Right, I'm always like, you know, one of you guys can handle that. I could be a competent user, but that's about it. This fucker gets injured every damn game. I would like to play FIFA again, though, at some point. I'm just playing FIFA.
We could do this weekend.
Yeah, I'm around.
What? Oh, don't do it to me.
Damn, I tried. I thought you were gonna commit. That's alright.
I have to stop doing that on defense in general. Fucking try and hit stick everybody.
I do the same thing. It's really frustrating. Like, you know, in the playoffs, I'm different. I do whatever to make sure that I'm winning and playing well. But like in the regular season, I'm hit sticking everybody. I don't fucking care. Like I'm not trying to be conservative. Like I don't click off ever. Like I hate when I'm playing against some, like it's one thing when I'm just like lazy and like the game's over already and I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna touch buttons. Like then I'll let the CPU make tackles. But like if I'm like playing a game out until I'm checked out, stupid.
That guy's not even supposed to be in the game. What are you doing?
Like until I'm checked out of the game, I'm trying to hit stick everybody. And I don't care if it costs me. Like it's just it's the fun way to play.
Right.
I care more about my enjoyment than, you know, winning every single interaction of this game. If I wanted to win every game, I would just run the ball, throw short, and not do anything stupid. But doing stupid things is fun. Should have kept that inside. Should have trusted my block. So how about that blockbuster trade?
Yeah, I figured we could talk about it here. Because I really have no idea what I want to do to this team. There's nothing I feel like I can do to it that I wouldn't have to get rid of something.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same for me. Like, I have I mean, obviously you know that already. Like, I have high caliber starters everywhere on my team, so like realistically, it doesn't make sense for me to make any trades. But at the same time, like, fuck it, we ball.
Fuck it, it's last season. Yeah.
I've been trying to make a stupid trade for 3 seasons, and nobody will do anything with me. So frustrating.
What do you mean stupid trade?
Like last season, I offered. This wasn't just for Jamar Chase. It was just the only person I remember talking about. Like I offered. I don't know if you'll know the names of my players, but Matthews, Mathis, and like Elton Jenkins.
Oh, those 2 wide receivers, and then yeah, Elton Jenkins.
Well, no, it's this receiver in the slot right now who's good. Elton Jenkins, who's good. And Raheem Mathis is like a 90 overall superstar edge rusher that's 24. Or he was 24 at the time. Oh, bad read. but he was like 24 at the time of me offering it, and it's not even like they just like, and I would offer that to the same trade to multiple people with receivers, and it just was not happening. Like I made a bad offer for George Pickens, and he just wouldn't accept it. And now he's no longer with us. Rest in peace, Sparrow.
Oh, brother.
Accurate,
It's okay. It's okay. Even though he's X Factor, he's absolute ass.
What abilities you got on him? Is he Route Tech?
I think I have Route Tech on him. But I have Slot-O-Matic on him because he's a slot receiver. He's not a good receiver or anything, so.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, he's only going to be viable against man coverage.
But man, I wish I drafted this guy earlier, because this guy's fast as fuck, boy.
Oh, that receiver, yeah. I wish I didn't like neglect my my approach to team building this cycle was all right.
I was trying to force it in. Yeah. There's nothing open, and I don't want to get sacked.
Yeah, this is how Huss plays man coverage. I finally learned in season 7. Oh yeah, Cash Moolah.
I couldn't see the bottom of the kick meter because it was covered by the bottom of the scoreboard thing on the. Wow, why did take advantage of the turnover?
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10.
Interesting. I don't even know if this X Factor works. Like, I think it does sometimes, but other times it just doesn't.
What is it? The one with the little spears?
Yeah, it's Vanguard.
What does it do?
I've never really thought that a lot of the X Factors were useful, so I wanted to try it.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to basically just maul the fuck out of anybody that you're blocking. And I decided, alright, let me put it on my tight end, because I'm not going to really use double me. So we'll see if he just absolutely obliterates people when he's blocking. But he's like he does, but he's a moron. So like, I put him like open flex close, he's at fullback essentially. And like in some other formations, he's like a lead blocker. And like sometimes he'll pick the right guy to block, and sometimes he'll lay them the fuck out. But other times he's just a moron, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't get away. That's alright. So like with my team building, I really just I got their devs and I just neglected them after that. Which is fine. I just shouldn't have done it with everybody. Like, I did that with all my players.
What the fuck? Alright, check this out. Oh, fuck.
But because I did it with everybody, like, I'm not gonna get Route Tech with McClendon, even though I've had him for like 6 seasons. Because I waited so long.
Oh.
So like, it's not like he's not good, it's just like, I should have been more... I should have used him for like... Or I should have pushed him for an extra season. It also didn't help that he was normal for 2 seasons.
Yeah.
So like, he probably would have gotten it if he wasn't. Like, I still should have gotten him there. Like, I should have been able to get him there regardless of the issues that I faced earlier in the season, or in the cycle. So, we love holding penalties.
We don't.
So, like, I could probably say that for, like, most of my players, that I didn't really, develop them properly. Because I was just like, alright, I'm gonna get you done, and then I'm gonna throw you to the curb. Which is kind of stupid, but it is what it is.
Ooh, what a pancake.
Also, I was more focused on just, like, doing whatever I wanted, as opposed to, like, selling the house for unicorns every season.
Yeah.
So, like, Marshawn Poole was cool. Like, it was fun because he was a normal dev 65 cornerback that's now an X Factor. But he had 89 speed, and he's now at 92, and he's only as good as he can be at 92 speed. He might be an X Factor, but, like, you know, you got a 97 speed receiver, he'll run past him every now, like, without even being good.
Please! Release the ball faster.
Like, I'm just gonna go for Tariq Woolen-esque players only and develop them, and then, you know, because there's just no reason to not do that.
Yeah.
Like, why draft the X Factor with 90 speed when I could draft a star dev 99 speed player? It's like, that guy's going to be better 9 times out of 10.
Yeah. I wish I could look at it that way, but I can't develop people yet. So I'm hoping that I can change that in 24, but uh-oh.
Oh, that's a play action. Oh my god, that guy was wide open.
On the left?
Yeah. I know you rolled out right, but the wheel route was so open.
Wait, what a... Fuck!
He was my man assignment, and I followed the bootleg. I also need to stop doing that. I get myself in trouble a lot by usering guys in man coverage and then not following the guy I'm supposed to be usering.
Uh-oh. I'm in trouble here.
Oh. That's caught by the big tight end, Jay Howard. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Nice third down conversion and even 20 yards. And as a quarterback, you're always pleased when you can use all the weapons at your disposal.
That's a weird adjustment.
Well...
Is that intentional?
It was, because... Well, no. I was trying to select the fullback, but I selected the running back on accident. Because I picked a very weird play for a 3rd and 10. And so I needed to change it. But when I changed it, I clicked on the wrong receiver. Like, I started to audible somebody else. I didn't think I was going to get the audible off in time.
Is that the fast guy or somebody else?
No, it's just plain old Eli Moore.
That's Elijah Moore?
Yeah.
He's not a superstar?
No.
Oh my god, that's so sad.
It's so sad. I've had him for like 5-6 seasons. Never gotten a breakout on him. But also, JB never got a breakout on him. Oh, I'm sure he wouldn't have traded him if he had.
I hate to see it.
Stat shows that he was traveling just over 21 miles an hour there. And here comes a return for the middle of the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. As we eat closer and closer.
I really want to use Anthony Richardson next season, but at the same time, I really want to use Jalen Hyatt.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, Jalen Hyatt sounds fun.
Leave me alone. Block him. Jesus. He was like running right next to him for an eternity.
How mad is Jeff gonna be if you go in the same division?
Well, I already told him, like, I was like, hey, Jeff, you know, I don't really care which one you pick. If you go Houston or Indiana, or Indianapolis, not Indiana. I mean, you know what I meant. I'm just gonna take the other one, and, you know, if you wanna adjust your team choice, then go for it. I was like, I'm okay with either team, so, you know, you let me know. We'll see.
You don't think Huss is going one of those two?
I do not. We've all talked about it, so we have general ideas of where people are going.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, y'all usually talk about that before the cycle begins.
We usually like, there's technically a draft order, but like we usually work out amongst ourselves where we're going beforehand. Like even if I have the first pick, like I'll be like, all right, I won't take X team because I know that you want them and it's fine, and I don't care that much.
Yeah.
Of course, we all have our own vetoes because like that's only fair. Like if the Lions were really good, like Detroit would get the Lions no matter what. Because he's a Lions fan. And same thing, like if the Giants had like the player for this cycle, like if the Giants drafted Anthony Richardson for whatever reason, like I have the Giants every single time if they're, the team I want. And Jeff with the Saints, like we have our own like things worked out.
Oh, he is a Saints fan. Okay.
Yeah, and Huss is Cardinals.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Any Panther discussions out there?
I think there was. I think Huss has the Panthers on his list, but I don't know if they're super high on the list or not.
I don't feel
remember.
like
We haven't discussed it in a minute.
Past the CC, they would fall far enough if I don't pick high enough. Just sad, but
Yeah, I feel like we should have. Like, I don't think that everybody that's a legend right now is on the same tier. It's my own personal opinion. I feel like we should have, because there's so many legends now, I feel like there should maybe be like a separation between the legends or some kind of distinction. But I don't really know how to do that properly.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure we have like, our thing is like 20-ish legends deep, which is a lot.
So many. And then, what, 5, 6 CC members?
4. I think I was including the CC and how many legends we have, though.
Oh, okay. That's still a lot.
Yeah, no, it's and a whole third of our league, or 2/3 of our league is legends, at least, which is crazy.
They go play action here on first down.
I did not expect him to get that rat catch animation.
What the? I wonder if Sparrow's coming back next year just because he joined back into the server.
I don't think so, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't really talked to him aside from when I asked if people wanted to play FIFA the other day, and he responded, and I was like, huh, I didn't even know you were back in here.
He's been gone for a while, and he joined back just last week.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know if he wants to come back. Oh my god.
What the? Alright, that's another thing that I want changed in 24 is the animations.
I didn't even press square on that one. I was trying to like blow up the block by like hit sticking, and he just dove at you.
And then he popped back up.
Yeah.
Love it.
Gotta love this game. But yeah, I don't know if he's coming back. Oh my god, I keep doing that. I'm not paying attention. Whatever, it's fine. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, well, you should have gotten more yards out of that.
Really should have.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention. I just called a play, and I came out in nickel. I was like, oh well, I'm just gonna get weak boxed, but I did not. Should have been.
Did Eddie leave? Because there's a new Denver user, right?
I don't know if he left. I think part of it was he was supposed to, I don't know, there was an issue with, oh my god. Because like he was supposed to have Sparrow's pick.
Right.
Because Sparrow was going to be a legend. Which A, didn't really mean much because there's 30 of us. And B, now that Sparrow is gone, like it's hard to give him Sparrow's pick. I suggested just give him a legend pick and call it a day. So we were talking about that, and I think Jeff said that was fine, but I don't remember anything happening after that. But I don't know if he left the server or not.
Because to me it was like, well, there's so many... Well, and Eddie's a legend now, isn't he?
I have no idea. I should pay more attention to these things.
I think he's a legend now, so... Because that's why... what the heck? That's why it was funny to me. It's just like, well, now they're both legends. What's happening if if Eddie gets it's a higher pick and then he has to trade it to Sparrow?
That would be kind of funny.
But I guess if he's going now, he's going.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure that we had it worked out where Eddie would just get a legend pick. But
oh no, he's veteran. Sorry, thought he was legend.
Yeah, so I think Jeff at least talked to him about it, and they were just like, all right, we'll just give you a pick on the legend tier. At least that's what I assume is happening.
With a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel.
Engel is going in today.
He's going ham.
He's just
I keep
open.
calling cover 3.
Oh, I wasn't out of bounds. Yeah.
As it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Oh, why does that momentum ability have to be on this one?
Which one?
The one where you can see the primary receiver routes.
Yeah, my favorite. Stupid. It's not as bad as last year's, where, I don't know if you remember, but there was one where if you scored a touch, or it's still in this one, but it doesn't happen as often. Last year it was very common, but it's like when you score a touchdown or get a turnover, every X factor that's on the field at that time lights up and is now active.
Please.
But like if I had just after that play, whoever was an X factor on the field would now be lit up. So like I would lose Freight Train, but then I'd score a touchdown and I'd just get Freight Train right back. And it was ridiculous. And I remember there was one Super Bowl last cycle against Dern where I scored first, and I didn't activate it yet, but I scored and got an interception and scored. Right, so I was up 14-0, which is whatever, shit happens, and our games can go either way every time. But the problem was in this particular Super Bowl, the momentum thing was the X factors. So keep in mind, I had gotten an interception and also a touchdown. So now every single X factor on my team was now lit up.
How late into the season was this? Or the cycle?
This was the Super Bowl. This is year 3 or 4 maybe.
Okay, so a decent amount of X factors probably on the team.
I had a decent amount after last year I was the Niners, so I had
oh yeah
Trey Lance and I think my running back was X Factor by then because that takes one season at most. Are you calling Packer smash on me? That's my play, dude.
What the fuck?
Tough. It really hurts when you call specific plays like that, where I could literally know exactly what play you're running because of the route.
Oh, you can see the route. Okay. Yeah. God damn it.
That's when it's really dangerous. When it's not when it's a formation where it's obvious where the red route, Eagle Trips is one of my formations that I like to run. So if you have,
just see that.
Yeah, if I see a red route, I'll know almost any play that you're calling out of that formation. Which is dumb
because you know what the fuck, Nick Chubb. You know when it's a run too.
Yeah, no, it's really bad.
If it doesn't show a highlighted route, it's well, it's a run.
I can't believe he fumbled on that. He didn't even get hit hard. But yeah, anyway, oh no. Okay.
No way!
all my X factors are lit up, and with 3 minutes into the game, and I had at this point, I don't know if you. How long were you here last cycle? You might not remember them, but
one season, the last season.
So I had first of all, I started with Kittle, right? So he was an X factor. I made Lance an X factor pretty fast, and then I got this guy Jeremiah Monk, who was the bane of Dern's existence. He may as well have been Randy Moss, and not even just because of the fact that he had doubled me that game, but every single game we played, he would just moss the living shit out of him every time because he had this one midget cornerback named Elton Bird who was 5'9", and he'd be on Monk who was 6'3" every single matchup, no matter what, and it just didn't go well for him. But by the way, in the Super Bowl, he was a Super Bowl MVP with 200 yards and 3 touchdowns. Or it might not have been that one, but it was one of them. One of the Super Bowls that he was in, he was the Super Bowl MVP as a receiver, which I think is really funny. But, you know, all my X Factors are active, so I now have Kittle with double me. I have Lance, who had, whatever the hell he had. Probably Bazooka is what I was running, I would imagine. Mm-hmm. And then I had Monk as my third one. And then on defense, I had Bosa still at this time, because I hadn't traded him yet. Pick up
the ball!
Yeah, I deserve that. I had Bosa and Fred Warner, and then probably somebody else. I think I might have had Tavarius Moore at X Factor by then, which is a weird name to have at X Factor, but he was there. But like, so I had, you know, my X Factors lit up, and they were all useful ones and good, and it was not good. It was bad.
Poor guy.
I think it's okay. He's got enough Super Bowls. I mean, so do I. But
he does now.
Well, he did last cycle too. We pretty much we split last cycle. No, okay. He had I had like, or we didn't. So there's 8 seasons, right? I think I won 3 and he won 3, and then Huss and Jeff each had 1.
Oh, okay. He definitely has enough this cycle.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
I should have 2 right now. I'm sad.
Honestly, he should have enough. Or was it you that played Snapple?
Yes, I played Snapple. I should have won that one. Or I played Snapple one of the times. I didn't play him in his other Super Bowl. The first Super Bowl.
He beat Jern. Okay, so both of y'all should have at least +1. He's good, but I don't think he's better than y'all, right?
Yeah, I would think he's good. I wouldn't say he's better than me. I don't think he's beaten me outside of that one game, which is unfortunate. But like, it's not like he played poorly in that game at all. Like, he played well enough to win. My problem was, it was a close back and forth game, and you know, we were both playing well. And then he threw what should have been a pick 6 to end the game, and my linebacker just did not jump on a flat route that I sprinted out to, and it was very upsetting.
God.
And I lost because of that. And what makes it even worse is that the week before, in the conference round against Dallas, literally I called the same defensive play, and Snapple called the same offensive play that Dallas called. It was literally the same exact situation. I called a man blitz, and I sprinted out to the flat. The exact same play, except against Dallas, he jumped and got a pick 6. But in the Super Bowl, this fucker didn't jump. And I lost. And it was sad.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, Jern beat me in the second season for sure. Like, I shouldn't have won that game. Jern outplayed me, whatever. The last season, the one that I lost, with the fucking dropped user interception again, I think I should have won that one. Not that, like, the game would have been over if I caught that one, because there was still plenty of time. I just think, you know, up a score with ball late-ish in the game, I would have been able to seal it.
Right. I remember commentating that one with JB.
That one was frustrating. Because he threw it right at my user, and it was a cornerback, no less. It wasn't like I didn't animate or anything. He just dropped it, and I was like, oh, well, that's really frustrating. And then, I still had a chance to win that game. Right? Like, I was going down the field, and then fucking, I think Myles Garrett sacked me, and then I had a 4th down where I threw it up in one-on-one, and I dropped it. Where normally I catch those, as you've seen many times.
Mm-hmm.
But it is what it is. Be like that sometimes. Hopefully I win one before the cycle ends. I really only have this here, and that's it. So, but the way that I'm playing these days doesn't look like it's going to happen. Unless I win on the back of my defense. Although I don't think I could do that against Jern. I think he's going to dice up any defense he plays against. He's a good player.
It's like watching an artist. Because I'm already not good at defending, and I feel absolutely helpless playing against them.
Yeah, it's weird, because like, I feel like our games go strangely, because like, it's either a 60 to 50 something shootout, and like, any time one of us can't score, neither can the other, which makes no sense. It's ridiculous. Because you would think that like, if our games are normally a shootout, right, and then, like, I can't score for whatever reason, and then for some reason he also now can't score in this game, which makes no sense. You would think that, if our games are typically a shootout, and one of us isn't scoring one game, that the other one would just easily win. But that never happens. And it makes no sense to me. Like, we have not had a blowout game. We have one this entire cycle. And it was me playing against him in year 3. And that was when we both drafted our rookie quarterbacks. So, like, it wasn't really a game. It was just fucking, oh, nice play. It was whose quarterback can not suck less. And mine happened to have a good game. And his didn't. Like, that was it. That was that game. The whole time. It also didn't help, like, he was used to having an X-Factor quarterback. He had Brady, right, with Fearless. And he went from Fearless to not having Fearless. And he had to deal with Thibodeau. Whereas the season that, I'd been playing against these elite edge rushers without having Fearless for 3 straight seasons, so I was used to it. And he wasn't.
Yeah.
So that gave me a huge advantage.
I haven't. No. I shouldn't have traded Deshaun Watson. Because Jern keeps telling me, he was like, I hate to say it, but that was probably one of the better trades you've made. He was like, I didn't want him, but you gave him a lot of money, but it was kind of okay. But I was like, well, what if I get a breakout game with this guy? I was just bored with Deshaun. I probably stood a better chance with him.
Yeah, I mean, Fearless is huge. It's probably the most underrated ability that you can get as an X Factor.
Yeah.
Of course, Gunslinger or whatever being the best, but...
Right. Ever since I've not had him, it's not been the same kind of throwing. Like, that was when I was, like, slowly getting better at throwing the ball. And then I went to Webster, and it's been disastrous.
Yeah, I mean, getting rid of that extra velocity and Fearless and all those other things that comes with an X Factor is really tough. Especially when you're used to having it. It's one thing when you're not used to it. Like, I was fine with Daniel Jones for a couple seasons because, that's how I was playing. But the second I got Gunslinger, I could not go back. It just would not work. Also, I can't believe I almost won the Super Bowl with Daniel Jones in the first season. And then I can't believe I failed because I didn't get, you would expect the reason for me to have lost the Super Bowl in the first year to be that, whatever, Daniel Jones is Daniel Jones. I can't win with Daniel Jones, fine. But that wasn't why. Daniel Jones was fucking dicing when I was using him. He was a fucking god. Like, it was weird. It was because my fucking defender didn't jump. Like, that's why I lost. It's so sad.
As soon as I got that first breakout game for Webster last season, I DM'd Sparrow, and I was like, I don't think I can do this. And he was like, well, just do this and this and this. I was like, okay, cool. And
who did you do it against?
It was against who was the first one against? It was against it was against the Falcons.
Okay. Wasn't it going well at first? I feel like I remember this.
No, that was the second one. So this one was over in the first quarter. I threw 2 picks and it was done.
Okay.
And I was pretty pissed. I just played the rest of the game, whatever. I didn't care about winning. And then the second one was against A-Rod. And it was going so well. It was such a beautiful game. The best game I played this entire cycle. 3 touchdowns. 3 touchdowns within the first 3 quarters. I just needed 1 more in the last quarter. I hadn't thrown a pick yet. And then I throw back-to-back picks on drives. And then A-Rod starts on his bullshit, and I was really mad, so I was just over it.
Yeah, I do remember this. That's unfortunate. Whenever I get quarterback breakouts, I go for rushing touchdowns. That's what I did with Daniel Jones.
Yeah, like I knew I didn't need to have it in the air. Oh, I know I didn't need to have it in the air a lot. I just needed to run it, score, and then run it more. So I don't throw picks. But
yeah, I mean it's easier said than done, of course. But like I would be, it depends on who you're playing against too. Like if you're playing against the wrong person, you're fucked.
Right.
But like when I had it, I was just like, all right, let me just be conservative. Take my time, and when I get in the red zone, instead of forcing a pass, I'm going to do anything I can to run the ball into the end zone with my quarterback.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. And then Daniel Jones became an X Factor, and then he was dumped off to become Andrew McClendon.
See? I hate it! I should have high lobbed it. Whatever, the L1. God damn it.
I wish I drafted this dude in the fucking first season. Braxton Kirkland is like the craziest player I've drafted in a minute.
Oh, that's the safety. That's the safety, right?
Yeah, not Kevin Woodley. He's a different guy. I traded for him from the Bills. But that guy's a safety.
I remember highlighting Kirkland a lot whenever I was doing that.
Yeah, when he was a rookie.
Yeah.
I drafted him and the other guy in the same draft class, except the other guy just was nowhere near as Kirkland was drafted as a normal, and he was not supposed to be the good one. Hayes was supposed to be the good one, but Kirkland was just a god. Like, I drafted him at like 88 speed. He was 6'3", normal, 21 years old. So I was like, all right, he looks good because he had like 87 hit power or something. Like, sure, I'll use him. And I started him and the other rookie at safety that season. But Kirkland was fucking nasty. And for whatever reason, whenever I used him, I would get picks. And whenever I would use Hayes, I would just not be near the ball. I was like, all right, whatever, I'll just manage. And then he was like Defensive Player of the Year or some shit. I was like, all right, that's cool. He definitely won D-Roy. I know he got boosted for that. But, like, he was a monster. And he went from like 88 speed and like good hit power and pretty solid to now a 90 overall X Factor with like 92 speed. He's got more speed boost than anybody else on my team this cycle. So he is fucking cracked.
That's how I feel about the about geriatric. He was probably the second best corner in that class. Well, because Bill Banks was a superstar, and I drafted this guy before him, and then he got him. But he should have been so much better than he is. He's so mediocre. Like, there was a play against Snapple last week where it was just a corner route to the end zone, and Jerry was there, and all he had to do was like have a catching animation to like go forward a little bit, not like an acrobatic animation, but just like a little I thought I was gonna get out of that. But all he had to do was make a little catching animation, and he just stood there. He just stood there. But that's not the only time he's done that.
Yeah, the DBs being useless. I really cannot wait for this game to be like. I understand that it sounds dumb that I say it, but I'm really not an offensive player in Madden. I never have been, and I never really will be. Like, my skill in terms of offense primarily has always been because I could force turnovers and score more points, not because I'm really a high-powered offensive player, but because I'm good enough at defense where I can outscore people. Oh, Jesus. But like that's always been my play style, has been turning the ball over less than my, and not like conservatively turning the ball over less and not making, like I chuck the ball downfield. I just don't turn the ball over when I'm doing it usually. And that's always been my thing. But recently, Madden's been an offensive game, so it's difficult to do what I want to do. Because like I like a defensive Madden game. Like, I prefer to be able to play really good defense and keep my opponents from scoring. And even in a defensive game, I'll still score my points. Like, it happens. I'm not like useless on offense. That's not what I'm saying. But like, I've always preferred to have a defensive game and be a defensive player because I feel like it's more fun that way, personally. And I cannot wait for the day that Madden goes back to that because I will never lose again. I'm like, so sad. Like when linebackers used to jump and you used to not be able to throw these risky passes with Gunslinger and all this crap. I'm going to use it while it's in the game because I have to. But like, if I could not have it, oh my god, it would be the greatest thing ever. It's like, there is nothing I like more than fucking defensive, like, amazingly good defensive games.
That's bad.
Pain. Touchdown. You fucking Mario? One day, I will get my wish. And I'll have a good defensive game.
I feel like it would have been so fun to, I feel like it would have been so fun to have played the older Maddens, like 17, 18.
Yeah, I wish I was in here
19.
earlier.
Right.
Yeah, anything 20 and earlier, I really enjoyed. Like, 20 was weird. Like, that was the introduction of abilities, and it was terrible. But I also liked it. Like, it was really, really bad. Like, if you had Enforcer, it was a fumble, like, 90% of the time. Like, it was a terrible fucking game. Don't get me wrong. But it was also really fun. Like, I know how shit the game was, but I did have a lot of fun playing it. So I didn't mind. But, like, anything past 20 was, like, a shit show. Like, 21 was ass, 22 is ass, 23 is ass. I mean, fucking, Madden 22, I might have won a lot, but, like, my fucking team got Thanos snapped, like, 3 times. You weren't there for that, because it was earlier in the cycle. But, like, my team would just, like, they would disappear. Not like, oh, well, they're not playing well in the second half. Like, no, there was no players on the field. They were literally gone. Like,
so, wait,
in the middle of the game.
Was it like 11 versus like 4?
No, it was 11 versus like 0. There was no one on my team.
Huh?
Like, if you look at my Twitter and search Thanos, like, you'll find it.
I'm gonna do that after this game. Holy
and it happened multiple times.
In 22?
Yeah. Like, early in the cycle it happened.
How does EA continue to put these games out?
Like, and it didn't happen, like, all the time, right? I mean, also, this year, I completely forgot about it, but, like, games weren't saving at the beginning of the cycle. Like, how are these things happening? Like, it's absurd.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Jesus, second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to...
Damn. I thought I could fit that more to the left. I should have freeformed it.
I need to remember not to click on, because that probably would have been fine if I hadn't clicked on, but...
I should have just freeformed it to the outside. I didn't avoid the safety enough. Is Levy good? Who is that? I didn't even know you had a superstar.
He's okay. So I was trading. I don't remember how I got him. I traded with. Oh my god.
You almost sacked me too. You're right there.
I got him from Geo, I think. God, I don't remember actually, but he was only like 74 overall whenever I got him. He's like 82 now. But it was towards the end of season 6, I think. So it's been a nice little development for just 2 seasons, but I have and then I won that X Factor cornerback in the lottery thing, but I mean, he was 67 overall, so there's nothing to do with him. I think he's like 74 now, but Now he broke his collarbone, so nothing to do.
When did you get? Was that this season or last one?
It was the beginning of season 7.
Got you.
You'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense.
No! I cannot believe you got that off like that. Holy crap.
I thought he was going to miss under pressure.
He should have! It's a bullshit throw.
He's just the greatest, dude. He's actually awful. I hate him. I hate him so much. He's so bad. He's cost me many games before. Oh, see what I mean?
Damn it.
Like that should not be happening.
Xavier Levy has 6 tackles though. That's also not kind of good. Sounds like he's getting beat in the coverage and then going for the tackle.
The amount of like insane interceptions I've thrown this cycle is disgusting. Like you should like last season I was playing Dallas. I called a wide receiver screen. And when I tell you that man overthrew the ball by 10 yards directly to a cornerback, I mean, god damn, it was bad. I have not called that play since. It might have been the worst throw I've ever seen.
Touchdown. They trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
High through it. Good job.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Chubb on the read option. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
I love that audible call. COVID-19! Oh no, he's not fast enough. And you're too tall. Good lord, he's tall.
Yeah, he's massive. Dude is 6'3".
Oh, it's Kirkland! Oh my god.
He's 6'3", like 91 speed at safety. I think I focused too much on height this cycle as opposed to speed, just because I wanted to test it. So like all my corners are like 6'2", but they're like 92 speed. Luckily Rhodes has gotten a lot of speed boosts actually, so he's now 94, so he's at least useful. But like my other corners are slow. Safeties are fine, like they don't need to be super, like 91 speed is fast for a safety.
Right.
Like that's okay. But like my other players should be faster, and they're not.
Well, whoever had Trayvon Merrick.
I did.
You had him? Why did you have him at corner?
I don't think I did that.
Oh.
I did have him at a point, but also I wouldn't have changed his position.
Before he went to free agency this year.
Yeah, then that wasn't me.
Oh.
I had him way before. I had him years ago.
Oh, so someone else had him at corner.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think that was
I did play him in the slot, but he was like safety and slot corner. Like I would.
Yeah, that's what I have him doing right now. Well, he's safety, and then he'll come in the slot if. Well, yeah, no, the X Factor cornerback is injured, so yeah, he'll go into the slot.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, yeah, he's like 91 speed, just like could be better, but I mean for a safety.
Yeah, it wasn't as big of a problem earlier in the cycle, but like it's the oversaturation of fast receivers in the draft classes without fast corners is so bad.
Right.
And not prioritizing the super fast, like Webster should have been the first cornerback taken in this class. Purely, like I don't care if he's normal, it doesn't matter. I'll make him superstar. Like I should have drafted him first because it would have been smarter. Not that I drafted a corner in that draft class. I'm just logically speaking, like he should have been the first corner taken because assuming that you can develop your corners, which I haven't had a problem with this cycle, because it just send a cornerback blitz, call it a day, and it's great. That's how I developed every single one of my cornerbacks, and it's worked perfectly, which is stupid, but that's beside the point. But, like, you know, you just draft a fast guy, because it doesn't matter. The rest of the shit doesn't matter. It means nothing. I don't care if you drafted him at X Factor. If he's got 90 speed, he's got 90 speed.
Booty, yeah.
And like I said, I wanted to test, like, early in the cycle. I was like, all right, and even now, like, speed isn't as big as it has been in years past. Like, Andrew McClendon does not run past every single corner as he probably should when they're pressed up on him.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I don't get beat every single time when I'm pressed up on a faster receiver like I probably should at sometimes. So like, it's not a huge deal, but I'm allowing it to happen to myself when it does happen, which is stupid. Especially when, like, I know that the other people that I'm going to compete against for, you know, the important games, they have those things. Like, Jern has Anthony Schwartz. You know what I mean? Like, I shouldn't be preparing for, like, my regular run-of-the-mill games. I should be preparing for those games every season. And I did not prepare myself. Like, this is the same thing going back to, like, unicorns. I should just build unicorns and not worry about any other players. Like, it doesn't matter at this point. Like, there's no reason I should worry about anybody else. You know, get Marshawn Poole, make him an X factor, make him useful to somebody else, and go trade for a star dev 97 speed corner and make him good. Like, that's what I should have done. But I was too emotionally attached to my players, and I didn't.
No, I am too. Even like early on in the cycle, I was like, oh.
Yeah, I shouldn't attach myself to as many players as I do. Like, there are some players that I just won't trade, even if it makes sense. Like, I was never going to trade Marshawn Poole. I was never going to trade Rhodes unless I got a ridiculous offer. McClendon was never moving. Obviously Metcalf, but that just wouldn't have made sense to trade my 90-plus X-Factor quarterback. That would just be stupid.
Right.
Saquon I would have traded just because he's a running back, so fuck him. He doesn't matter. Obviously, he's really good, but, I mean, who the fuck cares? Thibodeau was never moving. That was never going to happen. Even in times when it made a lot of sense to trade him.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, that also, you know, bites me in the ass that I don't do it. Because I could have gotten more valuable things that would have been better. I would have been better off with. But next year I will just not attach myself to any players, and I'm just gonna go fucking. I'll pick somebody to attach myself to, but outside of that, I'm going fucking.
It's hard to do that when I have a guy named Barbecue Briscoe. I can't not be attached to that guy. I've grown less attached to Jerry.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I need to be better at not attaching myself to players, and I'm just gonna. Especially like that, I've been getting disrespected, and I'm like, you know, I don't like. I was fine taking a back seat this cycle because, you know, I don't care as much as I once did about winning games. Obviously, I want to win, right? I'm not gonna lie.
Everyone's like, "Wow, you should have won! Wow, what are you doing?"
And people are like, "Wow, you suck, dude. You fell off." I'm like, dude, I'm just as good as I've always been. I just don't care as much. And then people are still talking. I'm like, all right, fine. Well, we'll see soon. Like, I'm like, you know, I gotta, you know, figure out real life shit first. When, you know, I get a job, whatever, right? Just graduated, gotta do that stuff. But no, once I get that settled, I don't fuck. Madden is priority number 2. Like, I don't have a girlfriend. I don't have other shit to do. Like, I can spend all my free time on this game. People want to keep shit talking me up. I'm going in. Like, I'll do whatever. I don't care. Dude, Amir Hayes is the worst. This guy should never be on my football field ever again. Dude, Ricky Mathis has been going crazy this season. Yeah, no, that was a horse collar. I don't know, Thibodeau hasn't been doing much, but Mathis is going fucking nuts.
Ow.
Actually, I say that. Thibodeau had like 5 sacks last week.
The hell?
Yeah, my bad. I forgot about that, Tibbs.
Stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game.
Dude's kind of nuts.
Here's 2nd and 8. On play
Damn. Wanted the sack at least. Not that it really matters. Stats don't do anything for me at this point. All my players are already X Factor, Superstar, or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, must be nice.
It is nice. Except for fucking Amir Hayes, this stupid bitch can't get a breakout for his life. Or an end-of-year bump.
Felt that. What the fuck, Webster?
I was really expecting you to choose the other slant.
5 seconds to go.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive.
Like I just drafted. I mean, I wasn't even at the draft, but I had safeties on my draft board. I was just praying that I would just happen to get a superstar safety so I could bench his ass, but I didn't. So for now, he's still my starter.
One final shot. They'll look to throw.
What?
Accepted, and that should do it.
Press the wrong button. Triangle was a little bit more open.
Giants come up with a late
I didn't see who triangle was.
It will probably only matter to
Kevin Woodley continues his streak.
this ball game is now officially over.
Why are we still in the game? In the game. What the heck?
I don't know. That was weird.
And it was all thanks to the play of their veteran quarterback.
I do hope the next year is better, but I doubt it. CA, terrible company.
Wait, so did you have to restart the game whenever you got